Hello folks, IPMAT. Anyone who's thinking about IPMAT, you're thinking about JIPMAT, Rohtak and Indore, 3 different exams. Course from 2 IM starts on March 31, 6 hours per day, big sprint till April 21 and then a bunch of mocks. Sign up, best wishes.
Okay, let's solve this question. A watch which gains uniformly is 2 minutes slow on 10 AM on Wednesday and 2.5 minutes fast at 1 PM the following day. When will the clock show the correct time? Let's solve this question. Yes. Now, the clock is 2 minutes slower on 10 AM on Wednesday. So, 2 minutes slower on 10 AM Wednesday. It is 2.5 minutes faster at 1 PM on the following day, which means 1 PM Thursday. So, the question is, when will the clock show the correct time? So, when it will show clock correct time? Now, this is 2 minutes slower and this is 2.5 minutes faster. So, the clock will show the correct time when it gains 2 minutes. Got it? So, it was 2 minutes slower. So, when it gains 2 minutes, it will show the correct time. So, we are looking upon the duration. So, 10 AM Wednesday to 1 PM Thursday. 10 AM Wednesday to 1 PM Thursday. So, what is the duration? So, the duration here is 10 AM Wednesday to 10 AM Thursday is 24 hours and plus 3 hours, 27 hours. So, the clock in a duration of 27 hours gains 4.5 minutes. 2 minutes slower and 2.5 minutes faster. So, in 27 hours, it gains 4.5 minutes. Now, we want the clock to gain only 2 minutes. So, what is the duration required? So, the clock to gain 1 minute, it requires 27 by 4.5, which is 6 hours. Now, we need the clock to show the correct time, which means the clock has to gain 2 minutes. So, for 2 minutes, it will take 6 into 2, 12 hours. So, initially the clock was 2 minutes slower on 10 AM on Wednesday. In 12 hours, it will gain 2 minutes and it will show the correct time. So, what is the answer? 10 AM Wednesday plus 12 hours. So, it is 10 PM Wednesday. So, check the answer. Yes, answer is 10 PM Wednesday. Now, look at the statement. Statement is followed by 2 conclusions. We need to check whether the conclusions logically follows and answer the given options. Yes. What is the statement? The use of non-conventional source of energy will eliminate the energy crisis in the world. The statement is talking about the non-conventional source of energy. The use of non-conventional source of energy will eliminate the energy crisis in the world. Now, conclusion 1. Modern technology is gradually replacing the conventional source of energy. So, conclusion 2. Excessive exploitation of environment has led to the depletion of conventional source of energy. Yes, the statement is talking about non-conventional source of energy eliminating the energy crisis. Conclusion 1. Modern technology is gradually replacing the conventional source. Okay, this conclusion is directly derived from this statement because this is about non-conventional and we cannot conclude that the modern technology will replace the conventional sources. So, conclusion 1 does not follow. Now, conclusion 2. Excessive exploitation of environment has led to the depletion of conventional sources of energy. Of course, but this statement is out of context with respect to this. This conclusion is out of context with respect to the statement. So, this conclusion also does not follow. So, answer is neither conclusion 1 nor 2 follows. Or in other words, we can say both does not follow. Check the answer. Yes. Neither conclusion 1 nor 2 follows. We'll solve this question. The digits from 0 to 9 are coded as shown below along with the exceptions 1 and 2. So, there is a digit followed by a code for a particular digit. For 8 it is $, for 3 it is such. And similarly, we have the other numbers followed by their codes. Now, we have 2 exceptions. We'll go through the exceptions. If the number begins and ends with a non-zero odd digit, then the first and the last digit are to be coded as Y and star respectively. Exception 2, if a number begins and ends with an even digits including 0, which means I can have 0 also in the front or the last, then the first and the last digits are to be coded as beta and x respectively. Now the question says which of the following numbers can be coded as Y, H, $, M, E, star. So as you can note here, it is coded as Y and ending with $, which means it is following exception 1. So I got to know that the first digit and the last digit both has to be non-zero odd digits. Looking upon the options, 1, 0, doesn't follow, 3, 5 is non-zero, 5, 6, 4, 8. So answer is option B. Verify check the answer. Yes, answer is option B. You can see both the first and the last digit are non-zero odd digits. That's okay. It is following exception 1. So find the pair of the numbers that can replace the question mark in the series given below. 90, 80, 12, 50, 100, question mark 3, 54, 25, 26, 30 and 3. So you need to find what are the two numbers that will fit here basically. Okay. A simple question. If you just look at the numbers, I'm just looking at the numbers from the last. 3 and 30. What is 3 into 30? Is 90. That is being written as the first number. Now, the second last digit and the third last digit, 30 and 3, both are multiplied. 30 into 6 is 180, which is being written here. So you can observe that the logic is two numbers are multiplied and their numbers are written from the front. Now 2 into 6 is 12, 2 into 25 is 50, 25 into 4 is 100, 4 into 50 is 200, so this question mark is 200. Now 50 into 3, 50 into 3 is 150. So the numbers which are missing are 200 and 150. Yes, that is correct, 200 and 150. So we have 5 friends A, B, C, D and E traveling to 5 different cities, Pune, Kolkata, Delhi, Bengaluru and Mumbai, by 5 different modes of transports, bus, train, aeroplane, car and boat from Goa. So they are traveling from Goa to the respective cities, they are taking different modes of transports. And this is the given information about all the 5 members, and we need to check which of the following pair of persons and the mode of transport is not correct. So we should know the persons, the mode of transport. So let's try to solve this question. So I'm fixing a table with the persons, the cities where they are going and the mode of transport. Now, the person who traveled to Delhi did not travel by boat. I don't know who's the person who's traveling to Delhi, but I know the information that person who's to Delhi is not taking boat. The person who goes to Delhi does not take boat. Now, C went to Bangalore by car. So I can fix it inside the table. C went to Bengaluru, mode of transport is car. B went to Kolkata by aeroplane. B went to Kolkata by aeroplane. D travelled by boat. D travels by, and E travelled by train. Goa is not connected by bus to Delhi and Pune, which means the persons either who goes to Delhi or bus. Similarly, yes. Got it? Now let's try to fill the other data. Now we have aeroplane, car, boat and train fixed, which means this has to be bus. And we know bus is not connected from Goa to Delhi and Goa to Pune, which means this cannot be Delhi and this cannot be Pune. So the only option in this place is this cannot be Delhi and this cannot be Pune. This has to be Mumbai. And we also know that the person who goes to Delhi does not take boat. So this cannot be Delhi, which makes obviously this is Delhi. And the left out city is Pune. So now A takes bus, B takes aeroplane, C travels by car, D takes boat, E takes train. We'll go back to the question. So A bus. A is bus, correct. B is aeroplane. Now you can check the table. Yes, B aeroplane. D takes the boat. Yes, that is also correct. E takes train. Here they have mentioned E is car, which is wrong. So the answer is option D. Verify the answer. Yes. E travels by car is the not correct. Let's solve this question. So match list 1 with list 2. So here we have numbers. The missing number is there. You have to find the number which is missing and you have to map with the list 2. Okay. Now let's try to figure the first one. Just writing the numbers 149, 175, 203. What is the number that is missing here? So I can say and get it. It is somewhere close to 203, so it has to be 233. We'll see what is the exact logic. So what is the difference between 149 and 275? It is plus 26. And what is the difference between 175 and 203? It is 28. So if you can see the difference is getting incremented by 2. So the next difference has to be 30. So it is 233. So A is matching to 233. So coming to B, 3 question mark 81 6561. So I can see here 81 is 9 square. As we can see, this is 9 square and this is 81 square. So the logic here is finding the square of the previous number. So this has to be 3 square. 3 square is 9. 9 square is 81 and 81 square is 6561. So this is 9. Now coming to the third one, 0726. 0726 question mark. So if you can closely observe, these numbers are 1 less than a perfect cube. This is 1 cube minus 1. This is 2 cube 8 minus 1. This is 3 cube 27 minus 1, which is 3 cube minus 1. So this is 4 cube minus 1. So 4 cube minus 1 is 64 minus 1, which is 63. So obviously this is 63. And here the logic is again the difference. Plus 4 plus 9. So 4 is nothing but square, 2 square, 3 square. So the difference has to be 4 square. So 22 plus 14 is 22 plus 4 square, which is 16. 22 plus 16, which is 30. So this has to go here. So A is 4, B is 3, C is 1 and D is 4. So A is 4, B is 3, C is 1 and D is 2. So that should be option A. Verified. Yes, option A. Find the missing terms that can replace the question mark in the series given below. So here if you could find out what is the logic between these numbers, you will be able to easily figure out what is the missing number. I'm just concentrating only on the numbers 2, 8, 33 question mark 765. So if you could closely observe, this is into 4, this is into 4 plus 1. So obviously we'll try here into 4 plus 2. So what is 33 into 4 plus 2? Which is 132 plus 2, which is 134. So here the number has to be 134. Got it? Now don't stop here. Check whether this 134 into 4 plus 5 is 765. What is 134 into 4 plus 3? What is 134 into 4? 536 plus 3, which is 539. So I can go with this logic only if this number is 539. Okay. So if you could see the options, we have 134. Don't go for 134 because the last number is not, doesn't follow 760. If the last number is 513, then this is fine. What is the other logic? 2, 8, 33, 765. Yes, if you could say this is into 2 plus 4. Now 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. This 2 is nothing but 2 square. So multiplying with 2 and adding square of it. Now here into 3 plus 3 square. So 8 3s are 24, 24 plus 9 33. Works fine. Now here into 4 plus 4 square. So 33 into 4. This is 132 plus 4 square, 16. So 8. So this is 148. Now we'll check whether 148 into 5 plus 5 square is 765 or not. If it is true, then our answer is correct. So 148 into 5. 420, 24, 740 plus 25. Yes, it is 765. So our logic is correct. So into 2 plus 2 square, into 3 plus 3 square, into 4 plus 4 square, and into 5 plus 5 square. So answer is 148. So the number that is missing here is 148. So answer is option D. We'll check the answer. Yes, answer D is the right answer. So now this is an arrangement question. We have 6 girls seated in a circular fashion. They are facing towards the center. Sonia is sitting opposite to Radhika. Purnima sitting to the right of Radhika but to the left of Deepi. Monica is sitting to the left of Radhika. Kamini is sitting to the right of Sonia, to the left of Monica. Now Deepti and Kamini, Mohani and Radhika mutually extend their position. Who will be sitting to the left of Deepi? So we will first fix this arrangement. So it's a circular arrangement. So let's draw a circle. We'll fix 6 positions equidistant from each other. And all the 6 members are facing towards the center. So marking the arrow marks towards the center. Now let's try to fill all the 6 members. Sonia is opposite to Radhika. Sonia is opposite to Radhika. Purnima is sitting to the right of Radhika but to the left of Deeptika. So Purnima is sitting to the right of Radhika. So this is Purnima. Okay. But Purnima is to the left of Deepi. So this is Deepti. Left of Deepti. Monica is sitting to the left of Radhika. So left of Radhika. So this is Monica. So we have one more person who is left out. So this has to be Kamini. Check Kamini is sitting to the right of Sonia. Yes, Kamini is sitting to the right of Sonia and to the left of Monica. Correct. We have fixed all the 6 members. Now, Deepthi and Kamini, Monica and Radhika, they exchange their questions. So let's try to change the color here. Deepthi and Kamini. So this is going to be Kamini and this is going to be Deepthi. I'm just exchanging their positions. Monica and Radhika also exchanging. So this is Radhika and this is Monica. Now who will be sitting to the left of Deepthi? So where is Deepthi? So Deepthi is here after exchanging. Before exchanging Deepthi was here. So after exchanging Deepthi is here. So who is sitting to the left of Deepthi? It is Sonia. So the answer has to be Sonia. Let's check it. Yes, answer is Sonia. Now let's solve this question. There is a certain relationship between the given terms of one side of this symbol and one term is given on the other side of the symbol. Another term is to be found from the given alternatives that have the same relation, which means these 4 alphabets are related to these 4 alphabets. So we need to find what are the 4 alphabets that have the same relations as this given pair. Okay, so let's try to build the relationship. So A, F, H, O. I'm quite comfortable with numbers, so I'm writing the numbers corresponding to this letters 1, 6, 8, 15. It is related to G, B, D, G. I'm writing the numbers. G is 7th alphabet, B is 2nd, D is 4th letter, J is 10th. Now what is the relation here? So 6 is getting added, 1 plus 6 is 7, 6 minus 4 is 2, 8 minus 4 is 4, 15 minus 5. So the first letter is added 6, the second letter 4 is subtracted, third letter also 4 is subtracted, and from the fourth letter 5 is subtracted. We will try to put the same relation in the given question. Now here it is C, H, F, M. So I am writing the numbers corresponding to it. This is the third letter, H is the 8th letter, F is 6th letter, M is 13th letter. Now from the first letter 6 is added. So 3 plus 6 is 9. So 9th letter is I. Now from the second letter 4 is subtracted. So 8 minus 4 is 4, which means 4th alphabet is D. Now from the third alphabet also 4 is subtracted. So 6 minus 4 is 2. So second letter is B. From the last alphabet 5 is subtracted. 13 minus 5 is 8. H is the 8th letter. So if you apply the same relation, you should get the answer as I, D, B, H. So do we have I, D, B, H? Yes, option D. Verify the answer. Option D, I, D, B, H. Simple question. Now let's solve this question. Matching list 1 with list 2. So we need to find what is the missing number and that is being given in the list 2. So we have to match the question with the answer. Yes. Let's try to fill what is the logic here in this question. So I can see the numbers are getting increased. So let's try to find the difference. So the difference of 8 and 13 is 5. The difference of 13 and 21 is 8. Here the difference is 11. Here the difference is 14. Here the difference is 17. As you can see, the difference is an AP, 5, 8, 11. The difference is getting incremented by 3. So the next difference has to be 17 plus 3, 20. So 63 plus 20 is 83. Did we have 83? Yes. Now, second question. 20, 80, 30, 60, 40, question mark 50, 20. So this is an alternate logic. If you could look at the numbers in an alternate pass, 20, 30, 40, 50, plus 10. Similarly here, 80 minus 20 is 60, 60 minus 20 is 40, yes, 40 minus 20 is 20. So this is 40. The odd terms plus 10 is incremented, for the even terms 20 is subtracted. Let's see the difference here. Then we'll go for this. This is quite easy. This is into 2 plus 1. This is into 2 minus 1. 6 2s are 12 plus 1 13. 13 2s are 26 minus 1 is 25. 25 2s are 50 plus 1 51. 51 into 2 minus 1. 51 into 2 is 102. Minus 1 is 101. So this is 2. So I have the option mappings. A is mapped to third one. B is mapped to first one. D is mapped to second one. So C should be mapped to the fourth one. So A3, B1, C4 and D is 2. A3, B1, C4. It has to be option B. Yes. Option B is the right answer. Yes, we have a coding and decoding question here. In a certain code language, if green is coded as 1677209, then how would be blue coded as in that particular language? Yes, we could easily figure it out when we start writing the letters with their corresponding numbers. So green. Okay. I'll write the numbers 16, 7, 7, 209. So just closely looking at this, I'll write the letters with their corresponding alphabets. G is 7, R is 18th alphabet, E is 5th alphabet, and N is 14th alphabet. Now try to relate this with this. 7, 9, 18, 20, 5, 7, 5, 7, 14, 16. So what is the logic being followed here? The corresponding number is added with 2 and then it is written from the reverse order. So G is 7th letter, 7 plus 2 is 9, that is being taken to the last. Now 18 plus 2 is 20, that is going to the second last. Now 5 plus 2 is 7, that is going here. So now we will apply the same logic for blue and we will try to get the answer. So B is second letter, L is 12th letter, U is 21st letter, E is 5th letter. Now if you add 2, this becomes 4, this becomes 14, this becomes 23 and this becomes 7. Okay. So now we need to write the numbers from the reverse order. So it is 7, 23, 14 and then 4. Writing the numbers in the reverse order. Okay. Seven, 2, 3, 1, 4. We'll check. It's 7, 2, 3, 1, 4. Option B. Let's verify our answer. Yes, we have That is the right answer. Yes, this is a beautiful question on cubes. The cube is colored red on all the faces. It is then cut into 64 smaller cubes of small equal size. Which of the following statements are correct? So we have a large cube. It is then cut into 64 smaller cubes. The number of smaller cubes with two surface painted is 36. The number of smaller cubes with one surface painted is 24. The number of smaller cubes with no surface painted is 8. The number of smaller cubes with at least two face painted is 30. So we need to check which of the following options are correct. Only A, B, D, B, C, D, B and C only, and A and D only. So to solve this question, let's draw a cube. So we have 64 smaller cubes, which means I have to make 3 cuts on each axis. This 4 cube is 64. So these are my corners. I have totally 8 corners. Okay, 8th corner. It's a 2D board, so I cannot show you the 8th corner here. Now we're coming to the 3-face painter. Let's find out how many 3-face painter, 2-face painter, then we'll go for this. Let's go for the 3-surface painter. So 3-faces painted, where we can find the 3-face painted? We'll find it in the corners. And as we know that there are 8 corners, the 3-face surface painted, the total count will be 8. Now coming to 2-surface painted. So where this 2-surface painted will be there? The 2-surface painted will be in the edges, excluding the corners. Okay, will be in the edges, excluding the corners. So we know in a cube we have 12 edges. So it is 12 into n minus 2. That n minus 2 is for excluding the 2 corners. We have n smaller cubes in each edge. So totally n minus 2 2-surface in a single edge. So we got 12 edges, so 12 into n minus 2. So here n value is 4. 12 into 4 minus 2, which is 24. Now coming to the 1-surface painted. So where will the 1-surface painted will be? It will be in the faces. It will be in the faces. I would say center of the face. These are one surface painted. Am I right? Which means I need to exclude this edges and corners. Okay. So it will be in the faces, excluding edges and corners. So as you can see here, the dimension of a face is n cross n. After excluding the edges and corners, the dimension will become n minus 2 into n minus 2. Got it? Because the top and bottom layer, the left hand removed. So this n will become, if this is n, this will be n minus 2. The same goes for this. So we have totally 6 faces like this. So 6 into n minus 2 whole square. So n value is 4. So 6 into 4 minus 2 whole square, which is also 24. Now coming to no surface painted. So it will be inside the core. When I say core, it will not, you cannot see this cubes which are no surface painted from the external view. So what do we have to do? We have to remove one layer from the top, bottom, left and right, front and back. So if you could remove all these layers, there is no way a cube which will have at least one face painted. Okay, we need no surface painted, which means we need to remove all the cubes which are having at least one face painted. So I'm just removing one layer from the top, bottom, left and right, and front and back. So the dimension of the cube was n cube, which is n into n into n. Now after removing one edges, so it will become n minus 2 whole cube. Okay. So n is 4. So 8. So there are, so if you just add the sum, 8 plus 24, 32. 8 plus 24, 32. 32 plus 32, we got this 64. Which means our calculation is correct. Now let's go for the statements. The number of smaller cubes with 2 surface painted is 36. So 2 surface painted is 24. So this statement is wrong. Now statement B, the number of smaller cubes with 1 surface painted is 24. So 1 surface painted we have got 24. So statement B is correct. The number of smaller cubes with no surface painted is 8. Yes, no surface painted cubes are 8. Now last one, the number of smaller cubes with at least 2 surface painted is 28. So what do you mean by at least 2 surfaced? It means 2 surface, 2 face and then 3 face painted. So we know 2 surface painted is 24 and 3 surfaces 8. So total is 32. But here it is 30, which means statement D is also wrong. So statement B and statement C only. Do you have an option? Yes. Option C, statement B and C. We'll check the answers. B and C. Find the odd word among the following. A is tuberculosis, B is diphtheria, C is measles, and D is typhoid. Very simple question. Is all these are infectious diseases? Is we have something in common for these diseases. You have to check how these diseases are being caused. Yes. Tuberculosis is a bacterial infection. Diphtheria is also a bacterial infection. Typhoid is also a bacterial infection. But measles is caused by a virus. So this is a viral infection. Which makes measles is the odd one out. The rest others are bacterial infections. Verify the answers. Yes, measles. Yes, beautiful blood relation question. Pointing to a photograph, a woman says, "This man's son's sister is my mother-in-law." How is the woman's husband related to the man in the photograph? So when I draw the tree diagram, so if I mention the person in a box, that represents a male. And for female, I'll draw a circle. And if they're married, this means they're married couples. If they have a son, they have a daughter. You can place it under the parent. You can place it either under the father or mother. That's up to you. Now we'll solve this question by converting this statement into the tree diagram so that we'll solve it very easily. Pointing to a photograph, a woman says, "This man's son." So there is a man. A man's son's sister. The man has got a son. Man's son's sister. So who is the sister of this man's son? That girl is the daughter of that man. So this is going to be man's daughter. Okay. So now this daughter is my. So my refers to women. So this daughter is the women's mother-in-law. Okay. So this daughter is the mother-in-law of the women. Which means this daughter is the mother-in-law. So she should have a son. And that son is married to that woman. then only we can say this daughter is the mother-in-law of this woman. Got it? So this is the final tree diagram. So man's son's sister is the mother-in-law of the woman. So husband's mother. We'll go for the question. Now, how is the woman's husband related to the man in the photograph? How is the woman's husband? So he is the woman's husband related to the man. So how is this man and this guy are related? Okay. So this man, the woman's husband, is the grandson of this man. Because this man's daughter's son is this guy. Okay. So answer is grandson. The woman's husband is the grandson of the man in the photograph. Let's verify. Yes. Answer is grandson. Yes. This is an assumption reasoning based question. So we have the assertion, when lightning strikes, the sound is heard a little after the flash is seen. Which means once we get lightning strikes, we could see the light, only then we could hear the sound. Reason, the velocity of the light is greater than the sound. In the light of the above statement, choose the correct answer from the options given below. Both assertion are true, reason is true, the correct explanation of assertion. Both assertion and reasoning are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Assertion is true, but reason is false. Assertion is false, but reason is true. Yes, the assertion is when the lightning strikes, we could first see the flash and then we could see the sound. This happens because the light travels faster than the sound. Since the light travels faster than the sound, we are able to see the flash followed by the sound, which means our reason is also the correct explanation of this particular assumption. So, answer is option A. Both assertion and reason is true, and reason is the correct explanation for the assertion. Let's check it out. Yes. Option A is correct. Now, let's solve this question. So, conscience is related to wrong in the same way as police is related to what? Court, law, discipline, crime. So now, if you could see here, the consciousness will prevent the wrong action. Am I right? Which means the first part will prevent the second part. So if you have the right, if you have the conscious, it will decide what is right or wrong, and you will prevent the wrong thing, right? The same way, police will help to prevent what? Prevent the court, law, discipline, or crime. Yes, that is crime. Got it? So here the first part will prevent the second part. So that's the logical connection here. Your consciousness will help you to prevent the wrongdoings. Similarly, the police will help to prevent the crime which is happening. So answer is crime. Verify the answer. Yes, crime is the right answer. A cashier has 620 rupees in denominations of 2 rupees, 10 rupees and 50 rupees notes. The number of notes of each denomination is equal. What is the total number of notes he has? So now we know that the number of notes in each denomination is same. So let me take the number of notes in each denomination is equal to x. Then the total number of notes will be 3x. Because we have x 2 rupees notes, x 10 rupees notes and x 50 rupees notes. So total number of notes will be 3x. Now what is the amount contributed by all these notes? Is 620. So I can write 2 into x plus 10 into x contributed by this 10 rupees notes, 50 into x, that is equal to 620. Now 2x plus 10x plus 50x is 62x is equal to 620. So x is 10. So you have got 10 notes in each denomination. So the total number of notes is 3 times 10, which is 30. So my answer is option D. Yes. Option D is the right answer. Let's solve this data interpretation question. The following table gives the expenditure details of a family during the years 2011 to 2015. Study the table and answer the question that follow. So we have our data here. So the data gives the information about the different expenditure details like food, house rent, clothing, fuel, medical expense, education, miscellaneous in the respective years 2011 to 2015. And we have the total also. The question is, what is the percentage increase in expenditure on education during 2011 to 2015? So what is the increase in the expenditure on education in the year 2011 to 2015? So what is the expenditure on education in the year 2011? So in education in the year 2011, what is the amount spent? It is 150k. Now in 2015, the expense in the year 2015 on education is 300k. So it has increased from 150k to 300k. They're asking what is the percentage increase. Okay. So the percentage increase is the final value minus initial value divided by the initial value into 100. It is 300k minus 150k divided by, this is the change with respect to the initial value into 100. So it is 150k by 150k into 100, which is 100%. So from 150k, 100% increase. So another 150. So 150 plus 150 is 300. So the percentage increase is 100%. Yes, this is option C. Now considering the total expenditure for all the 5 years, what is the percentage expenditure on house rent? So now here we are going to find what is the total expenditure on house rent with respect to the total expenditure for all the 5 years. So what is the expenditure, total expenditure for all the 5 years? It is 10,500. So this will be 10,500. And what is the expenditure, total expenditure on house rent? For all the 5 years. So for house rent, all the 5 years, it is 1,050. Now, what is the, now if you consider this 10,500, what is this 1,050? That is the question. So it is 1,050 divided by, so expenditure of house rent with respect to the total expenditure into 100. So it is 10%. So the total expenditure on house rent is 10% of the total expenditure of all the expenditures for all the 5 years. Let's verify the answer. Yes. Now, if the light of the total expenditure in the year 2011, 2012, 2013 and 14 and 15, what will be the likely expenditure in 2016? So they are saying there is some relation between this, the total expenditure of these years. Okay. So what is the total expenditure in the year 2011? It is 150k. In the year 2012, it is, so this is 1,500k. This is 1,700k. In the year 2013, it is 2,000k. In the year 2014 it is 2400k. The year 2015 it is 2900k. Now what is the expected expenditure in the year 2016? So this value they are asking. Now we will try to figure what is there any relation between these numbers. Now 1500 to 1700. We could see the expenditure is increasing, right? So let's try to find what is the common difference between the consecutive terms. So what is the difference here? Plus 200. And what is the difference here? Plus 300. The difference here is 400, 500. So the next difference has to be 600. Now 2900 plus 600 is 3500. So the total expenditure in 2016 is 3500,000. Verify the answer. Yes, we have as option C. $35,000. We'll solve this question. Which of the following words cannot be formed from the letters of the word infrastructure? Nature, charter, fracture, restraint. So you need to check whether these words can be formed from the letters of the word infrastructure. The first word nature, so we will check each and every alphabet. So N is here, A is here, T is here, U is here, R is here, E is here. So we can form the word nature, yes. Charter, C is here. The next letter H. Yes, H is missing. Nowhere we can have the, we don't have H in this word infrastructure. So the word charter cannot be formed. Let's see this word fracture. F, R, A, C, T, U, R, E. Yes, the word fracture can also be formed. Now let's look at the word restraint. R, E, S, T, R, A, I, N. Yes, we can form this word restraint also. So the word which cannot be formed here is charter because we don't have the H. Got it? I think the remaining alphabet, remaining letters are there. A, R, T, E, R. Since H is missing, this word charter cannot be formed. Let's verify the answer. Yes, option B, charter is the right answer.
Hello folks, those of you who are thinking about IPMAT, the integrated 5-year course, you've got to think about it seriously. Parents who are listening in, you have to plan for this. After 12th standard board exams get over, there are a ton of exams. This IPMAT integrated course is a brilliant course. It's a 5-year course. Anyone who's interested in MBA, anyone who's saying, look, I don't want to do the mainstream thing, but I want to do something compellingly good, you must take this as part of your structure, as part of your set of options available. The number of seats is not too high, so you cannot say this is my only option, but you have to say, hey, I'm giving this a go. The exams to write, very clearly, these three. On JIPMAT is on April 26th. IPMAT for Rohtak is on May 5th. Indore is for May 12th. This is the simplest exam. This is the toughest exam. So we have nice gradation. You have to prepare for it. It's not a bleeding obvious exam that you can just go and wing it. There's also data interpretation, logical reasoning section. We guys have a course for it, which covers a bunch of live sessions. We'll be doing 6 hours of live sessions for 3.5 weeks. That's a run up to the exam. Bunch of mocks that we will administer to them and discuss and help and mentor and plan all of that with detailed video solutions. Whatever we do, we'll have detailed video solution for the previous year papers. We'll discuss them also in great detail. Come up with a good strategy for them to attack this. And the young kids, we'll do our best to help them take this exam, help the students take this exam. All of this included. The course begins the kind of almost immediately after the board exam ends. So it's on March 31st. So details of the course, how to sign up, when to pay, all of those are available in the description. Check that out, sign up and have fun. Best wishes.
Now here the question is to find the total number of triangles in this given figure. Okay. So we'll start counting the triangles. Now I'll take the smaller triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 triangles. Now we will combine 2 triangles and form a single triangle. Okay. So this is 11. This is 12, 13, 14, this is 15, this is 16, this is 17, this is 18, this is 19, this is 20, the final one, entire triangle, 21. So we can form 21 triangles. Let's see, here we have got 21. Yes, we have option C, 21. Yes, that's correct. Then I'll solve this question. How many such pairs of letters are there in the word instruction which have as many letters between them in the word as in the English alphabet? For example, if we have alphabet A, letter A, which is the first alphabet, and we have a gap, and then C, which is third alphabet. So in between A and C, I have a single alphabet. If there is a single letter which comes in between A and C, I can take this pair. Okay, or it could be the other way around. C, a letter followed by A, or it could be D, 2 letters, E, F. It could not necessarily be E and F, but 2 letters in between them, and then G. So I can consider this particular pair. So that is what is being asked in this question. We need to find the number of pairs which follows this property. So options are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's first write the numbers corresponding to the letters. So I is 9th alphabet, N is 14, S is 19, T is 20, R is 18, U is 21, C is third alphabet, T is 20, I is 9, O is 15, and N is 14. So now, as I can see here, 14, 15. I can take this pair. Okay. So since there is no letter in between O and M, I can take this pair. Is there any other adjacent numbers? Yes, 19 and 20. 19, 20. So in between S and T, I don't have any letter, so I can take this pair. So S and T is one pair, and then O and N is another pair. Now let's check is that we could find some other pairs. So 9, 14. The difference is 5. 9, 19. No. 9 to 20. No. 9 to 18. No. 9 to 21. No. 9 to 3. So in between 9 to 3, actually I'm checking if there are 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in between 9 to 3, in between I and C, I have 5 letters in between them. So I can consider this as a pair. I, C. So 9, 20, are there 10 alphabets? No. 9, 9, no. 9, 15, no. 9, 14, no. We will start from 14. 14 to 19, no. 14 to 20, no. 14 to 18, there should be minimum 3, no. 14 to 21, no. 14 to 3, no. 14 to 20. Let's check here. 14 to 20. Checking between 14 and 20, I should have 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that is false. So N T is also fair. So I have got 4 pairs. So that should be my answer. Yes, we have an option 4. This is a maximum also. Let's verify the answer. Yes, we got 4 pairs. Now this is a statement and argument question. You have a statement followed by 2 arguments. You need to check whether these arguments strongly support the statements or not. Yes, the statement says, should public holidays be declared on demise of important national leaders? So should they declare holidays on the demise of any national leaders? That is the statement. Argument 1. No, such unscheduled holidays hamper national progress. Argument 2. Yes, people would like to pay their homage to the departed soul. Now let's analyze argument 1. No such unscheduled holidays hamper national. So we need to analyze whether these holidays will affect the national progress or not. Yes, of course, we have very good national leaders, but we have a quite lot of them, right? So if we are giving national public holidays on every one of the days, definitely there will be unstructured holidays, and that will definitely lead to the loss of work. So definitely I would say argument 1 is strong. Now argument 2, yes, people would like to pay their homage to the departed soul. Yes, paying homage to the departed soul is a correct thing, but this argument is not strong because the people can pay their homage not only on those days, they can pay their homage on any other days also. So argument 2 is not so strong. So argument 1 is strong. That should be the answer. So only argument 1 is strong. Let's check the answer. Yes, argument 1 is strong is the right answer. Now this is a pie chart question. So based on the pie chart, to solve this question, the following pie chart shows the percentage expense on various items during book production. So these are the different expenses during the production of a book. The binding and cutting charges corresponds to 18%. Advertisement charges is 18. The royalty is 15%. 4% is miscellaneous, 10% is paper cost, and 35% is printing cost. If the miscellaneous charges are 6,000, then how much more are the binding and cutting charges than royalty? So here the miscellaneous charges is 6,000. So miscellaneous charges, and miscellaneous charges we know it is 4%. This 4% corresponds to rupees 6,000. Now, how much more are binding and cutting charges than royalty? So binding and cutting charges is 18%, whereas royalty is 15%. Now, how much more is binding and cutting when compared to royalty is a difference. So, what is the difference of 18 and 15? It is just 3%. So, if 4% is 6,000, what is this 3%? So, it is rupees 6,000 by 4, which is 1% into 3. This is 1,500. So, 1,500 into 3, it is rupees 4,500. So the binding and cutting charges is 4,500 rupees more than the royalty charges, which is exactly 3%. Verify the answer. Yes, answer is 4,500, option C. Next question. The central angle corresponding to the sector on printing cost is more than that of advertisement charges by that. Now we know this entire central angle is 360 degrees. Okay. So I can say 100% corresponds to 360 degrees. Now they are asking the printing cost angle is more than that of advertisement charges, which means we need to find the difference of these two. I know printing cost is 35% and advertisement charges is 18%. So the difference is 35 minus 18, which is 17%. So what is the central angle corresponding to this 17%? So we know 100% is 360 degrees. So 1% is 360 divided by 100. So 17% is 360 divided by 100 into 17. 0, 0. So it is 17 into 3.6. So 3.6 into 17. So it is 61.2 degrees. Yes, we have option B, 61.2 degrees. That should be the angles. Okay, so be very clear, they are asking the difference between the central angle of the printing cost and the advertisement charges. Yes, you can find these two angles separately and you can also subtract. That way also you'll get the same 61.2 degrees. Check the answer. His answer is 61.2 degrees. A square park PQ of subside 90 meters is located that its diagonal PR is from north to south. So we have like P in the north and R in the south. The corner Q is to the west of S, QS. Radha and Mohan start walking along the sides Q and R respectively in clockwise and anti-clockwise. So the Radha is moving in clockwise, whereas Mohan is walking in the anti-clockwise direction from the points P and Q and R. Now their speeds are 8 km per hour and 10 km per hour. When will they cross each other for the second time? So you have 4 options. Now in order to solve this question, let's draw the diagram first. They have very stated very clearly, PR is from north to south. So this is P, this is R, and Q is to the west of S. North, south, west, east. So Q is to the west of S. So this is Q, to the west of S. So I'm drawing a square. The side of the square is 90 meters. Radha is starting from point Q, whereas Mohan is starting from R. The speed of Radha is 8 km per hour, whereas speed of Mohan is 10 km per hour. And we'll fix the directions now. Radha moves in clockwise direction. So this is the direction how Radha moves. And Mohan is moving in anti-clockwise direction. Now the question is, where will they cross each other the second time? Now, this is where Radha is and this is where Mohan is. Now, when we got to know they are traveling in opposite directions. So when they meet for the first time, the distance traveled by both of them should be 90 plus 90 plus 90 to 70. Am I right? Because this guy's Mohan starts moving from R and travels towards Q. And Radha starts from Q and start moving towards R. So in between, at some point they will meet for the first time. So the distance traveled by Radha and Mohan together should be total length this 3 sides, 270 meters. This is for the first time. The question here is, they should cross each other for the second time, which means both of them should travel 270, and for the second time, both of them has to travel one entire perimeter of the square. Am I right? So the first time only 270, the second time it is 360 meters. Got it? So totally they have to cover 270 plus 360. 630 meters. Got it? So the first instance to meet only 270 meters. For the second instance, they have to go one entire square. So 90 into 4 is 360. Now we know the speed ratio. Speed of Radha is to speed of Mohan is 8:10, which is 4:5. Which means if Radha covers 4 parts of the distance, then Mohan will cover 5 parts of the distance. We know both are traveling a distance of 630 meters. Now Radha will cover 4 out of 9 into 630. Which means Radha will cover 280 meters and then Mohan 5 out of 9 into 630. 350 meters. Got it? So when they meet for the second time, Radha would have traveled 280 meters and Mohan would have traveled 350 meters. So let's start from Mohan and we will move 350 meters in the anti-clockwise. 90, 90, 180, 270 plus 70. 270 plus 80 is 350. So he will be here. This is where they will meet for the second time. Got it? 90, another 90, 180 plus 90, 270 plus 80, which is 10 meters from R. Now we will check for Radha. Radha has to travel 280 meters. 90, 90, 180, 90, 270 plus 10. Yes, they will meet here for the second time. So this is 10 meters from R. So we'll check the options. $10 meters from Q, 10 meters from R. So my answer should be option D. Let's verify the answer. Yes, answer is option D. 10 meters from R is the point where both Radha and Mohan will meet for the second time. Now it's a data interpretation question. The following graphs shows the economic data for the financial year. So we have the percentage growth in GDP in the year 2023 for 5 different continents. East Asia and Pacific is 8.2%. Europe and Central is -6. Latin America is 10.8. Yes, now in 2023, the Middle East and the North Africa's percentage growth in GDP was approximately what percentage greater than the South Continental Africa's present growth in GDP. So they are asking us to compare Middle East and North Africa's GDP with South Continental Africa's GDP. Okay. So what is the percentage of GDP in Middle East, percentage growth in Middle East and North Africa? This is 12.5%. Middle East and North Africa, it is 12.5%. So approximately what percentage greater, which means this value is more than the Southern Continental Africa. So Southern Continental Africa, it is 3%. Southern Continental Africa, this is 3%. Now they are asking this value is what percentage more than this value. So we know the percentage increases 12.5 minus 3 divided by 3 into 100. So it is 9.5 by 3 into 100, which is 9,050 divided by 3. 3 3s are 9, 1 3 is 3. So 316.66%. So the GDP in Middle East and North Africa is 316.66% more than the GDP in Southern Central Africa. Now we will check the options. 316 is, this is the value close of this. They are rounded off to 317. So don't have any value close to 316. So answer should be option B. Let's verify the answer. Yes, it is option B. Moving on to the next question. So study the diagram given below and find the number which represents the uneducated movement who have a government job as well as a job in the private sector. So you need to find a number which should represent uneducated women as well as government job and then private sector. So we know the circle represents educated persons. Am I right? So we know the circle represents the educated person. Since we want uneducated women, the number should lie outside the circle, which means we can directly eliminate these values. Got it? So we can have either 1, 4, 13, 9 and 11. Now, also these uneducated women, and I know the women is square. So uneducated women is either 1, 4 or 9. I can eliminate this 13 and 11 now. Now, they should have a government job as well as private sector. This triangle represents the government and this rectangle is the private sector. So I need to find a number which have the intersection of both triangle and this. So this does not fall. This does not fall inside the rectangle. So I should eliminate this. So this is the only number where it is forming outside the circle, which is uneducated, and then it falls inside the women. So uneducated women, it falls under the government service inside the triangle and also inside the rectangle which represents the private sector. So answer should be 9. So 9 is the number which represents uneducated women who has a government job as well as in the private sector. Let's verify the answer now. Yes. Option A, 9. Now let's solve this question, very simple one. Prakash remembers that his wife's Roshni's birthday falls after 20th May but before 28th May, while Jyoti remembers that her mother's Roshni's birthday falls after 26th but before 30. On what day does Roshni's birthday fall? So, according to Prakash, Prakash knows that Roshni's birthday falls after 20th but before 28th. So it could be either 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th or 27th. So after 20th but before 28th of May. And we also know Jyoti is also correct. What does Jyoti remembers? Jyoti remembers that her mother Roshni's birthday falls after 26th. So it could be 20th but before 30th. So it could be either 27th, 28th or 29th. Got it? After 26th but before 30th. And when we know this, both the statements are true because the date on which Roshni was born on a single day. So we need to find the intersection, which is 27th of May. So Roshni's birthday falls on 27th of May, which is the only common intersection for both. So on what date does Roshni's birthday fall? Roshni was born on 27th May. Let's verify the answer. Yes, answer is correct, 27th May. The following graph shows the gross traffic receipts and the total expenditure in 5 consecutive years from the year 2015 to 2019. Now the question is, in order to make a profit of 10%, what should have been the approximate gross traffic receipts in the year 2016? So we are concentrating on the year 2016. Okay. So that the total expenditure remains the same. Got it? So let's solve this question. So in the year 2016, the gross traffic receipts. They are asking what should be the gross traffic receipts. Is some value, okay, and the gross expenditure is same. So gross expenditure is same. So we know the gross expenditure in 2016 was 5,800. Okay. And the profit percentage here is 10%. Which means the gross traffic receipt should be 10% more than this 5,800. So this is 5,800 and 10% of 5,800 is 580. So get totally 6,380. So approximately, not approximately, exactly the value is 6,380. This should be the gross traffic receipts in the year 2016. Verify the answer. Yes, we have an option 6,380. So that is the right answer. Let's solve this question based on dice. The cube has 6 numbers marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on its faces. 4 views of the cube are shown below. So we need to find what is the number on the face opposite the face showing 4. So where is number 4? Yes, it's here. So we need to find the number opposite to the face 4. So in order to solve this question, I'll draw 3 brackets. The numbers I write inside the brackets are opposite to each other, and the numbers on different brackets are the numbers adjacent to each other. For example, if I write 2 numbers here, these 2 numbers are opposite to each other. If I have a number here and another number here, those 2 numbers are adjacent to each other. So let's try to fit the numbers now. 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. All the 3 are adjacent to each other. So the 3 numbers should go on different brackets. So 1, 5, 6. Now 3, 5, 6. 5, 6. So 3 should go here. 3, 5, 6 are adjacent. 2, 3, 5. 3, 5. So this is 2. So the left out number is 4. So now we can check 1, 2, 4 are adjacent. 1, 4, 2. This automatically comes up. Now the question is the number opposite to the face showing 4. So we got to know 5 and 4 are adjacent. The number opposite to 4 is 5. So we'll verify the answer. Yes, that's right. Answer is 5. So unscramble the letters in the given words to generate a meaningful words and then find the odd one out. So we need to first unscramble all the letters here and we'll have a meaningful word and then we'll find odd one out among those meaningful words. The first one is P-O-R-O-T. So if we unscramble, we'll get troop. T-R-O-O-P. Next we have R-O-P-U-G. So if you unscramble this, you will get group. Next B-M-O. So it is mob. Now we have S-A-L-C-S. So if you scramble, we'll get class. So once all the 4 are unscrambled, we need to find the odd one out. Troop, group, mob, class. So here when I take group, troop or class, this is the defined a finite number of strength, also organized. But when it comes to mob is always unorganized. We cannot predict the number of people, right? Also troop, group or class can have a positive purpose, whereas mob, I cannot say it is a positive purpose. It could be a protest or something. So the odd one out is mob. Verify the answer. Yes, it is BMO, which is mob.